In some cases, they'll give you instances, and there are some ones on WebWork and even on the practice ones that have you find areas of figures that aren't necessarily triangles, but you can make triangles out of them. This one here out of your notes, there's two ways to handle it. Now, one way would require you to know more about trapezoids than anything, than the other one. You have to know more of your geometry and remember more of it. I mean, and this can be, I mean, option one here, this can be geometrically confirmed to be a trapezoid. It has the characteristics of one. Okay. So I know I have parallel sides, you know, 10 and 18. I know I have, it's actually, if I want to be even more specific, it's an isosceles trapezoid. But the fact that it's a trapezoid helps me figure out certain things about this and lets me do certain things. So if I look at it more of as a trapezoid type problem and know the characteristics of trapezoids, I can then do this. Well, I'm going to drop in these two heights. The height of a trapezoid remains constant throughout it, and it connects one base to the next. And what it does, if I'm making, and it should be perpendicular to the two bases, so I know I'm going to form a rectangle in the middle, I'm going to form two right triangles at the ends, and they actually become 30, 60, 90 triangles, which have their own characteristics. So as I go through these, I could tell you that, these are the measurements of the sides, that I impose, or like how this 18 gets split up on the bottom. And what I could do is find the area of the two triangles, find the area of the rectangle in the middle, and add them together. And that's pretty easy because I have right triangles. The base and the height are pretty easy. I have a rectangle, so the two sides of the rectangle are known. So I would do 1/2 4 times 4 square root 3 for the area of the left triangle. And again, that 4 and 4 square root 3 come from me knowing the 30, 60, 90 triangle stuff. Okay, the side opposite the 30-degree angle should be half the hypotenuse. The side opposite the 60-degree angle should be the smallest side times the square root of 3. The smallest side is the one opposite the 30-degree angle. So I had that for 1 and 3 because they're the same triangles. The rectangle is just going to be 10 times 4 square root 3. When I work these out, I get 56 times the square root of 3 square units, which is about 97 square units. So that's one option. Now, if I come up with another option, it should give me the exact answer. If I have another option that gives me a different answer, then one of those options isn't right. But it's always a good idea to sometimes reconsider other options and see if you can come up with the same answer. This one can actually be easier done, and if you don't, especially if you don't remember things about trapezoids, if I were to split it like this, what it does form is two triangles. Now these triangles are not right triangles, and if I find the area of each one of those triangles and add those together, I'm going to have the area of the trapezoid. And here's another good thing about that. In each one of these cases, I have the two sides and the included angle between those two sides for those triangles, which lets me use that new formula for the area of a triangle. So I could just do for the top for triangle 1, 1/2 8 times 10 times the sine of 120 degrees. For the for triangle 2, I could do 1/2 18 times 8 times the sine of 60 degrees and work that out. Now the sine of 120 and the sine of 60 are two angles you should know how to find their trig functions for, so you should still be able to come up with exact values for this. I would get 40 times the square root of 3 over 2 for the first one, 72 times the square root of 3 over 2 for the second one, which is 20 square root of 3 plus 36 square root of 3, which is 56 square root of 3 square units. Same answer we had before, which becomes again 97 square units approximately. So again, it doesn't matter which option I use. One requires you to remember more about a trapezoid. One has you use more of the rules we talked about in this particular lesson. So it doesn't matter to me which one you do as long as it's correct.